Alright, hi everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be discussing Congress and basically its structure and how it works. So really quick, just a generic overview of the structure of Congress. All because of the Great Compromise and a debate between northern states and southern states and larger states and smaller states who wanted their representation in government to be based on either population or for it to all be equal. There was a great compromise that decided that our Congress would be split up into a bicameral Congress with two chambers. So one is the Senate, and that involves each state having two senators, and then there's a House of Representatives where the representatives are population-based. The Senate is smaller, each state has two. The House is larger, and it's based on population. And the Founding Fathers chose this system just for practical reasons so that everyone would be happy. Alright, and now here is Kelsey.
So there are many factors that then help to influence Congress. First of them being their voters. So basically, any bill that comes up to the table, then it's like a permanent record then for the voters to then be able to see how the representative voted based off of their own personal beliefs. Second there's the lobby groups, which of course give money, but then also sponsorships there to different representatives who then say that then they will vote to support their beliefs. Third then would be the political parties themselves, and also the president. So of course then, as we all know, the left and the right both have their own very set agendas. So of course the conservatives want the smaller government, while the liberals want the bigger government, than to support the commoners. So then all of this just goes there to then help to support how then the individual Congress people there should vote on the issues.
Great, thanks Kelsey. Now to Zach.
In Congress, there are committees. Committees are used to discuss bills and just the day-to-day life of Congress. There are three kinds of committees: standing, joint, and select committees. The standing committee is the more permanent committee in Congress, and it is just the handling of the day-to-day operations of Congress. Inside the House and the Senate, there are 20 of these committees, and the person that is at the head of the committee is called the chair. A select committee is a temporary committee that is used to discuss things like hot topics, and a joint committee is a committee that combines both members of the House and the Senate. So these committees have a very important role when it comes to bill and lawmaking. They are known as the gatekeeper and have a power called gatekeeper's authority, where they can prevent a bill from even going to Congress thanks to a vote that they reach. And if it does not reach the select number of votes, then it dies and just does not advance to Congress. They also have a power called oversight power, where they check up on these laws after they have been passed. So, like I said before, chairmen are the leaders of the committees, and the way that they are chosen is by the Speaker of the House, the leader of the House of Representatives. Pretty notable committees are known as the semi-formal caucuses, and those are formed in just local Congress, local councilmen, and they discuss issues important to them, and they can actually have a big impact on committees inside Congress if they get enough power and get enough, backing by their local authorities.
Thank you, Zach. Now back to Kelsey.
The congressional leadership then is broken down. Obviously, they're in two houses. So in the U.S. House, you have the Speaker of the House, currently then Mr. Paul Ryan, who's the true leader there of the House of Representatives. Well, of course, then you have your majority and then minority leaders, which is just this plain and simple numbers game based off of who has the most people there in the party. And then you have the whips. And the whips basically just go around there to be sure that the individual representatives, they're voting based off the party lines. Because of course, if the Republicans only have a slight majority there in the House, they want all their votes there in the party specific issues. and then over to the Senate. So the true leader there of the Senate, there's the Vice President, obviously, then currently Mr. Mike Pence. But of course, the Vice President doesn't really preside over the Senate hearings all that often. So instead, the President pro temp then steps in for the president. Steps in for the Vice President whenever the President is not there. And then the majority minority leaders then are very similar. They're to the House of Representatives, and of course the whips still just encourage voting based off of party lines.
Thanks, Kelsey. Now to Gabe.
So the 5 major debates in Congress for the year 2018. The first one's going to be immigration. So the main obstacle through immigration is the DACA debate, and to help it, they'd have to open the floor to debate on the immigration reform, and I doubt that's going to be able to pass through Congress. The second issue is infrastructure, and sort of the obstacle with that is just that America's roads are really old, and we'd have to give funding and jobs to the states to fix their own roads, and it possibly could pass, but we're not sure. The third issue is gun control. So the obstacle with this is that issues like mass shootings and school shootings are becoming more and more common and prevalent, as happened in very, very recent history, and we'd have to tighten gun laws, and I don't think that this will be able to pass because of the Second Amendment. The fourth issue is job opportunity. So the obstacle is that more things are being done through technology, so there's less jobs for people to have on office jobs or day-to-day jobs, and so I think that it's possible to get this passed because people like Trump are bringing back jobs through coal and through oil. So I think that this could be passed through Congress. So the fifth issue is tax plans. So there's 2 opposite sides of this, and the first is that the people with a lot of money, they want lower taxes so that they can keep more of their income, while people with less income want higher taxes so that it makes an equal playing field for all people. And so this will have, I think Congress can decide upon a new tax plan, but I don't think that it will be an exact compromise to either
All
one
right,
of them.
thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you learned a lot about Congress. Tune in next time.